Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Who dares wins? It's time for a lost run. Yeah! TPCK, HMTQ. Mama always said never trust a sea that ain't got no numbers in it, but let's see. We got an item room right next to us, which is usually a good start. And Sack Dagger is alternatively either amazing or the absolute kiss of death. Amazing because it's awesome. The kiss of death because I am, you know, I can't be trusted, basically, to not use an orbital for its express purpose, which in my mind is just dealing damage to enemies up close and personally. We're gonna have to stay away from exploding champions. My nightmare scenario here is one in which we don't realize that we've been hit once, and then as a result crash into enemies like it's a fucking Dave Matthews Band song from 1994 and just create like a, you know, just a whirling dervish of depression around myself. Just keep landing the shots like Gabriel Landeskog landed shots for the 2012-2013 Colorado Avalanche. Okay. Fish Head is not going to be worth anything for us unless we can, like, get a D20 or a reroll room that functions as a D20. At which point we will drop it and reroll it into something that hopefully doesn't suck the fucking big one. But you see that thing gets stuck on the freaking fire every time? That was weird. Caused them to be, like, very slightly disjointed. Just enough to break my brain a little bit. Alright, this would be a great time to get small rock. Bomb and a key is... it's a return on investment. I can't deny that, but it's not what I was looking for in particular. Duke of Flies, admittedly, mostly easy. Kind of scares me slightly right now, just because he could, you know, spit flies right into my face. We get Placenta, which is worth absolutely nothing. Down to the next floor. Big positives. Sack Dagger's good until it isn't. And, you know, one floor away from getting what is, I hope, free deal with the devil access, but you never know. Plus, lots of consumables. Having enough keys to get into item rooms, I find, is pretty valuable on a run where 9 out of 10 items, that's probably an exaggeration, but many items are just completely worthless. So, having the opportunity to get as many as possible is actually important. Secondarily to getting as good items as possible, or as, you know, positive items as possible, but that's what the whole deal with the devil aspect is for. I would love to win a lost run primarily with Sack Dagger, just to careful. Just to show the little, you know, Hulkamaniacs out there that it's possible. When I do co-op with Kate, she's a little bit more conservative when it comes to, you know, orbital use, and I can understand that. Feels like you're giving away HP for no reason when you take damage using your orbital aggressively. But how much HP do you think you save by killing these enemies right off the bat? Oh, Tech X! Tech X! Tech X! No, this is not. If we're gonna do Benny and the Jets, we should do it in the other way. The Lost and Tech X! Doop, doop. Sort of works. Okay. Little Horn. Well, the great news is, now, damage and tiers upgrades are worth even more than they always are, which is a lot. PJs may or may not be worth much for us. Goathead is awesome. And the chance to get a Tech X run that also has Guppy along with it is a little silly. I'm a big fan of that. Now we're getting exclusive. We have Deal with the Devil precedent. We have a Guppy item. And we get deals with the devil every single floor. This is real good. Don't know if I want to do that, though. We could really benefit from a better spacebar item, because it's unfathomable that I would even want a panic reroll right now. Even if we got hit early on a room, we'd probably much rather tough it out and stick with this fairly incredible run that we've already got going on. No, 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 no. On a lost run, Bob's Brain is not going to be a good option for us. Especially if I'm using Sack Dagger to do damage, which honestly is becoming less and less of an option. Less and less of a desire, even, because of the fact that we just have such good damage. Or theoretically could get such good damage as a result of, you know, Tech X at some point. Although, I gotta admit, taking 45 minutes to kill Fat Bat Tomo Flies kind of takes the fun out of that somewhat. But spiders go down easily enough. So that is probably safe to go to the curse room, and because we have the really good chance to, you know, become Guppy on this run, considering how early we got our first Guppy item, we definitely want to. I just wanted to maybe get a teleport card first, just in case we get hit on the room, which would be a disaster. That could be fairly easily averted. Now, peep fight can be a little bit of a problem. We got very lucky there. What you want to do is just, like, take as long as is fucking possible to get hit for the first time by one of those shots. If you can do that, like, my problem with Peep, I always dodge into his shots for reasons that make no sense to my brain, but it happens every single time. Like, you see the shots coming in, and, like, you're looking at them so you move close to them or something. I don't know. This is, I mean, Betrayal's pretty worthless, but the Pact here is okay. And by okay, I mean, like, pretty fucking good. It's like, if you're on the Lost, effectively, it's like an all-stats upgrade. At least all of the stats that matter. Battery charge, not really interested in. Battery charge, more worthless than a concrete barge. This is a song by They Might Be Giants, and it's called Particle Barge. Particle Barge? I don't even remember what I was saying. Okay, this floor is done already. Small rock is still going to be a prerogative. That's actually enough to make our shop worthwhile, so I'm not going to be too mad about the way that went down. Don't fuck this up. Guppy. Not Guppy. That's okay. 541, making great time. Obviously, a way out of boss rush is valuable because we don't really care about being in boss rush. This is a well-suited Lost run right now. Lots of damage, no means with which to come back from death. But apart from that, very nice situation. 2 pills. Luck up is great. Health up is worthless, but at least it's not bad. There's some worth in being not bad, I suppose. So if you feel like you're an underachiever right now, take solace in that. It doesn't matter that much if you're an underachiever as long as you're not a terrible, terrible person. Society may not agree with me on that one, but I agree with you on that one. If we're talking about people I'd rather have lunch or grab a drink with, I don't care what you're doing in your life as long as you ain't a shithead. Okay, here we go. Flooded Caves 2. Haven't been hit in a while, which is nice. Pretty much, oh, no. Look, I realize that the last 2 times we've gotten items, I've said no to them. Or the last 2 times we've had options for scary items, I've said no to them. That's the cost of doing a Lost run, okay? What is going on with this Joker right here? We're not taking Firemind, we're not taking Bob's Brain. Because you know how that shit goes. If I win with them, sure. People will be like, well, he got carried by Tech X anyway. If I die, people will be like, look at this fucking idiot. Oh my god, he had a win with the Lost, but he took Firemind, blah, 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 okay? So we're not gonna do it. I don't hate myself that much. Dice Shard seems pretty dope. We could even get value by rerolling Fish Head, as mentioned earlier. Easy fight against the Stain. I think we will take the Tears upgrade. No Cramperino. Oh, no Cramperino. We probably would rather have the D4 than the Nail, but we might as well buy the Nail. And then put this down. Why? Because the Nail gives you a damage bonus, but it also slows you down. I feel like we're safer to reroll it, as weird as that may sound. And Incubus is obviously awesome. But I really do believe that I'd rather not risk death by having the speed downgrade. We did get Judas' Shadow, which, I mean, it takes a little bit of the edge off this run. It means that we're probably destined to win. But, again, I feel like, to some extent, you have to win as the Lost if you want the credit for being the Lost. What the? Don't get hit. And also, don't even take that pill, because it could be bad trip. Could be amazing, but it could be bad trip. So it's nice to have, I guess, a little bit of a failsafe that is like, well, this won't end the streak. I really feel like if you play the Lost, respawn with Dark Judas or the Ankh or Lazarus Rags, etc., basically anything but 1-up, or Guppy's Hairball, I guess, that counts as a tie. In North America, we have a huge problem with ties that must seem somewhat foreign to Europeans. There used to be ties in the National Hockey League. They got taken out to increase viewership. Now, at the end of a game that is drawn, we have like basically a penalty kick competition, which is the NHL shootout. But if you don't kick the puck with your skate, that would be ridiculous. But, you know, it's good for highlights, but it's kind of an arbitrary way to resolve a game, much in the same way that I guess, you know, the World Cup and knockout matches tend to be resolved with penalty kicks, which is also, I find, really annoying. Just let them keep playing until their ACLs tear, man. It's the World Cup. I'm half joking. But yeah, like, I don't know. I really like the way that... Ooh, we probably want Algius here. I really like the way that, like, the Premier League does it, where, you know, you draw. If you draw, you just don't get as many points as a win. But here in North America, we can't have that. So instead of doing that, it's like, well, you guys played 90 minutes and came to a draw. Now we're going to have you take as many shots from half court as you can, and the person who scores the most goals in a minute gets 3 points, and the other person gets 1. Like, that's why I don't like it much. I actually like the way that the Premier League does its standings as well. Don't get me wrong. Playoffs are like knockout tournaments basically are a great source of entertainment. I like them a lot. But from like a who is the best team in the league standpoint, I really love that they're just like, okay, you play 38 games. Whoever has the most points out of 38 games is the winner. It's a little anticlimactic. I bring this up to people and they're like, I would hate that. And I understand that. That's not an invalid opinion. But in terms of like determining who the best team of the year is, I think it comes down to who had the best record. And it's a very anti kind of like, you know, North American sports sentiment. So I say it in hushed tones, except in, you know, this video where I'll say it in front of, you know, 50,000 people who will disagree with me. But people are always like, you know, oh, you know, the playoffs are about who wants it more, about who has hearts. And I'm like, I think that there's maybe an element of that, and also an element of natural variance. That is like, if you lose a game at the wrong time, all of a sudden people think that you don't have heart or something like that. Anyway, it's a complicated issue. Sports, as I've said many times, it's you know, they're the nerdiest thing that is accepted by the public. It's basically, you know, D&D for jocks, which I love. I think we take BFF here to make Incubus better, but I gotta admit, Tier Detonator strikes my fancy here. A lot of people in games are anti-sport to some extent. A lot of people are very pro-sport, and I understand why you'd be anti-sport. You know, you go through your life in high school, you're like, I want to be a flautist, and then they're like, sorry, we're canceling the music program so that the football team can have like one extra helmet this year, and you're like, oh, dang it, like that sucks. Which Tier Detonator does nothing for us. But you know what? I'm gonna hold it on principle, so I don't accidentally pop the D4 and lose my amazing run. As shitty and stupid as that sounds, I'm gonna live with my mistake. Alright, we're on Mom 11 minutes into this fucking run, which is a little silly. But my opinion on sports is, I mean, I like them. I like them a lot less for the, you know, long-term head injuries that they can occasionally impart, and a lot more for the fact that they're just a treasure trove of stats and statistical analyses. Like, if you haven't been watching sports over like the past 10 years, advanced stats have started. Oh, there we go. That's what we want. Advanced stats have started to blossom, and you know, it's really a nerd's paradise now. There's never been a better time to be a nerd who is into sports. I don't know if Monstro's Lung works here, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna blow up, since we have golden bombs, all these, and hopefully get a teleport card. That's not a teleport card, that's Justice. Well, what we're gonna do now is just head down to the next floor. But if we'd gotten a teleport card, we would have tried to take Monstro's Lung. I just don't really want to do boss rush and, you know, get hit early and then, oh shit, Holy Mantle's not gonna do anything for us now. Because it's already gone. And if you don't like sports, or sport, like, okay, you know what? UK, make up your mind. Math is maths. Sports are sports. Okay? Can we have, like, a Council of Nicaea about this? Because it's starting to get real fucking confusing. I'm joking, of course. You invented the language. Do whatever you want. I do think Shoot the Whoop is probably better than Krampus's Head in our present situation. But if you don't like sports, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I just hate when it's like the Super Bowl And then people are like, oh, good, sports on my Twitter. Oh, I love sports ball. I call it sports ball because I want to show derision for it, while at the same time commenting on it because it makes me feel important. You know, let people like what they like. Some sports fans are assholes. That doesn't make all sports fans assholes. Let them enjoy their fucking Super Bowl. There's a reason you call things the Super Bowl or something. You know, oh, this is the Super Bowl of video game awards or something like that. It's because the Super Bowl is a big deal to some people. I don't really give a shit, but that doesn't mean you have to go on Twitter and be like, oh, the thing that you care about is a point of derision for me. Yeah, you know, if you do it, you gotta do it right. Otherwise, you come across like a dick. And isn't that the very thing that we're trying to, you know, protest against? Isn't that why there's so much resentment against sport in some circles of nerdery anyway? We gotta be the better nerds. We have to be the better nerds. I mean, I say we, but you know, I go to the occasional Canucks game anyway. So it's like I'm straddling the line. Discord and rhyme. I'm on the hunt. I'm after splooge. Shadows align. It bubbles inside, and I'm becoming a werewolf. I don't know. I tried to make my own parody to Hungry Like the Wolf there, but all I could think of was the new Magic the Gathering set, so it just came out as like my deck construction list. Arlene Cord for copies of her. She enables decks with wolves. Thing in the ice. That would be nice. Anyway, that joke is great if you are a Magic the Gathering fan. For everybody else, it's probably not very inclusive. Let's head down to the next floor. We got another Guppy item. We will have one more chance at finishing our Guppy dream. We got 2 keys. I'm not going to reroll my whole run, but we got 2 keys. Good thing we don't have to reroll our whole run. The world. It's yours. Do we go to the cursed room? Yes. As much as this is a little bit of a bold and brazen play, the likes of which we've never seen before, I think you go to the cursed room. Oh, free ghost, baby. Don't mind if I do. Guppy, there's a chance. This chance is dwindling by the second here. I think you still had to try. You know, you got to try to see if you can make that one work. I'll take Ghost Baby. Like there's no real cost to taking Ghost Baby. 3 red chests. Guppy! Guppy! We did it! I thought I was going to get hit there. But you know what? We have a get out of jail free card with our Algiz rune anyway, so no harm, no foul. Alright, I mean, this should be a pretty simple win now. And by simple, I mean, you know, we still have to stay on edge, but the fact that we can fly now is a pretty big positive, I'd say. I got to admit, like, I keep knocking it out of the park with no credit, like, at all to myself. I just keep, like, choosing the correct time to do a Lost run. And we start it up, and it's like, hey, do you want Tech X and also every damage upgrade in the game? By the way, your Guppy and Deals with the Devil are free, and here's all of them. Like, that's pretty much how the last few have gone. I think there was one that we've worked for. I love that, like, the last 5 Lost runs, when I tried to do a Lost streak, no dice. But the last, like, 5 Lost runs have been wins, and then we lost on an Eden run that we had no business losing on. So, I count this as an informal Lost streak, you know? It's like, it's practice for the main event at some point in our lives. Alright, we've already been to our Deal with the Devil. Definitely not fighting the Hush. Technically, we fought the Hush on the last run, so I don't feel like we have to fight the Hush right now, if you know what I mean. Where do we use Algiz? Probably on the next room where we take damage with a fairly considerable length of time left. I don't think we... You know, I'm being just brazenly lazy here, but... I don't think you just say, I'm gonna use it on this! I think we need to stay flexible with it. Like, if we get hit right on the outset of this room, pop Algiz, man. Keep yourself safe. Know your limit, play within it. Maybe we'll need those bombs at some point. Like, at this point, I'm really interested in keys more than any other consumable, simply because of the fact that we have Guppy's Tail. So, considering we've had a couple of luck upgrades as well, I think there's a reasonable chance that we get a lot of chests on the chest. I would like to open as many of them as possible. This is made more conducive by the existence of keys. If we can get more keys, I will be a happy camper. More money doesn't matter to me in the least. Now, I know I said this on the last run. This could genuinely be a sub 20-minute run. It would be tight. First off, it would be tight, but also it would be tight. You know, it's going to be tight for time, but it's also going to be tight. Oh, there you go. Daddy's lost it again. Joker, Suicide King. Ooh, no thank you. At least not right now. And that means probably never, because it looks like we're taking the Alga's rune down to the next floor. I mean, it's just like, you know, you finish the room in 2 seconds, you want to get a consumable that you can write home about, and you don't, you're just like, okay, well, why even waste my time for? You know, I'm paying for internet bandwidth here. Playing the Binding of Isaac, you know, the electricity's not free. I'm probably paying like a fraction of a penny to play this game right now to the power company. What have they ever done for me? And then I don't get a good consumable, and it's like, why am I even wasting my fucking time? Like, if you're not gonna give me 6 or 7 keys per room, you know what? There you go. That's why you gotta stay flexible. We probably would not have been hit, but still, I think it was advantageous for us to pop it there. Ruka, what are you doing, buddy? How's it going? Is Tomo getting up to some shit? You're looking at me all wide-eyed. I don't know what that means on a cat-like context. Box of spiders. I mean, could be okay. Better than Shoop Tool? Maybe. Spider Bite's good. Bomb Bag is not really meaningful at all. PhD has given us One Makes You Larger. Of course, the best of the good pills. Simply the best. Definitely not shitty. One Makes You Larger is a good pill objectively. I'm obviously being a little facetious there. Don't lose it on this floor. That's going to be like Gluttony, which I don't care about. Undefined is not worth using, I think. Cat's looking out the window and freaking me out. Someone trying to climb up the balcony? There's something on the wing. Something. It's been a while since I've seen Ace Ventura, but, you know, it sticks with you. We gotta be... Well, I don't know. That was actually like an accidental Ace Ventura there. Vape Ventura. But, we gotta be getting fairly close to Beelzebub, depending on how Rotten Baby counts. I don't know if it counts as a fly item. It generates flies. Does that make it a fly item? I would say no. We will open that golden chest. I would say it's more of a familiar. It's an item that generates flies. But then the mulligan counts as a fly item, I thought. Celtic Cross. Unfortunately does nothing for us, but might contribute to a transformation? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm trying to think like if it's a holy item, so we'll get the angel transformation. I don't believe that that exists. Transformations that are not Guppy, Beelzebub, or Leviathan are so rare that I don't even remember that they exist most of the time until I get it. And you're like, oh yeah, mom transformation. I wasn't even paying attention because all the enablers for that are shitty range upgrades, of course. Okay, the Empress is huge. All we need to do is make it to the boss fight, pop the Empress, not get hit in like the first, you know, 15, well, not even 15 because the fight might be over by then. Not get hit in the first like 3 seconds, and then our confidence was gonna skyrocket, man. Lots of chests. Have they been useful? Largely no. Largely about on the level of Notched Axe. Unfortunately, this should be the virus. Oh, we killed Greed last. I thought we killed Lust last. I mean, Head of the Keeper's okay. It probably doesn't do much for us right now. But by the same token, only truly incredible items are going to do much for us right now anyway. So I totally forgot that we have Judas' Shadow. So if like I was scared before about our chances, I am no longer afraid. We did get hit there, though. And I'm not going to tell a lie. I recognized how funny it would be for us to die as the Lost right after saying I'm not afraid. Okay, Dead Onion is actually great with Tech X because we can spam out shots that are actually slower, which means they're going to do prolonged damage. Bobby Bob-omb. Not a problem. Pop the Empress card. And really what we want to be doing is just getting as many shots in there as possible. And that was fast. 22-minute Lost Run. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.